Inter 3, Roma 1, Shaka Hislop. This was a dominant performance and an excellent result that takes Inter back to the top of Serie A.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I think this game showed the strengths of Inter and maybe also the weaknesses of Roma. And listen, they came into this one, of course, as we know, Inter reigning champions, the opportunity to go top and certainly the form team in Italian football. But early on, I thought Roma certainly dominated possession. They found it hard to break Roma down and really get around the other side of them in creating real opportunities. Mancini had a header from a set piece at 0-0 that he really should have hit the target with. I'm not sure that Handanovic could have kept it out if he did from 8-10 yards out. And maybe that changes the game slightly. Because straight after that, Inter literally begin building out from the back, go straight up the other end, and through Dumfries, take a 1-0 lead. And at the break, and albeit Inter then doubled their lead before the break, but at the break, you saw these stats. Roma dominated possession, but were only able to create 2 opportunities. And I think that spoke to how Inter were able just to keep them in front of their rear guard and not provide any real opportunities for Roma to expose them. But you saw the potency of Inter on the break. I want to say on the break, but it was not just kick it long, kick it in behind, and chase. It spoke to Inter's own footballing pedigree in this one. The first goal, as I mentioned, they built up from the back, starting with Handanovic, and 2 blinks of an eye, Dumfries is in on goal. Fantastic football through the middle of the park. The second, Inter win through high pressure in the middle of the park, and then Brozovic just produces some footwork in the Roma box and finds the top corner. That just spoke to how good Inter are right now. Then they score a third in the second half. Set piece, Lautaro Martinez. And albeit Roma grabbed a very good goal through Mkhitaryan in the 85th. It was too little too late and maybe didn't really do Inter justice, because I thought Inter, despite that the early possession that Roma enjoyed, just controlled it. From the time they took the lead, just control this game so wonderfully well.
Jack, how important could it be for Inter going for this title, having just won the title, as opposed to going for this title, having not won the title last year and having not won it for nearly a decade? They won it last year. They know how to get the job done. How important is that?
Yeah, and listen, it's not easy having kind of broken up that run of Juventus. And then you saw Antonio Conte build what became a title-winning side. And that was hard fought and much discussed. And then on the back of their own financial issues, they lost Antonio Conte, they lost Romelu Lukaku, and just couldn't help but wonder if they had enough. Yet still, they've retooled, and their football, in many respects, matches what we saw from them last season. And they deserve to be sitting top of Serie A, despite all the adjustments that were needed. That's not easy to do. It's one thing building a team to win a title. It's another to repeat. And I think it's a totally different ask when much of that title-winning team is broken up and you still find yourself top of one of Europe's top 5 leagues with a handful of games to go. Credit to Inzaghi, credit to Inter for how they've managed to do that.
Inter 3, Roma 1, 5 games to go in Serie A, and it's advantage to the Nerazzurri.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.